Rob the rabbit lived in a beautiful meadow full of flowers and trees. He was very happy there. Every day he would wake up early in the morning, stretch his body, and do some exercises. After that, he would go for a run through the meadow, enjoying the fresh air and the beautiful scenery. One day while running, Rob the rabbit saw a group of animals playing a game. They were hitting a ball with a stick and running around the bases. Rob had never seen this game before, but he was immediately interested. "What is this game?" asked Rob. "This is baseball," said one of the animals. "Want to play?" "I'd love to," said Rob, "but I don't know how." "Don't worry," said one of the animals. "I'll teach you." And so Rob learned how to play baseball. He was a natural, and soon he was hitting home runs and making spectacular catches. The other animals were impressed by his skills, and they asked him to join their team. Rob was so happy. He loved playing baseball, and he was also very proud to be part of a team. Every day after school, he would go to the baseball field and practice with his friends. They would hit balls, run bases, and make plays. Rob was having the time of his life. However, one day Rob was not at practice. The other animals were worried. They had never seen him miss a practice before. They decided to go to his house to check on him. When they arrived at his house, they were shocked. Rob the rabbit's house was a mess. "What happened here?" asked one of the animals. Suddenly, they heard a voice. "Boo!" Startled, the animals jumped and turned around. Rob was standing in the doorway with a big smile on his face. "You scared me," said one of the animals. "Why did you scare us?" "Because I wanted to show you something," said Rob. "Look at my new invention." The animals followed Rob into his house, and their jaws dropped. In the middle of the room was a large wooden box with a handle on top. The box was surrounded by tools and half-finished projects. "What is that?" asked one of the animals. "It's my new baseball practice machine," said Rob, proudly. "I've been working on it for weeks, and I finally finished it. Let me show you how it works." Rob pulled on a lever, and the box began to move. A small door opened, and a baseball popped out. The animals were amazed. "Wow," said one of the animals. "That's amazing, Rob." "Thanks," said Rob. "Now I can practice my swing without having to go to the baseball field." The animals were impressed by Rob's invention, but they couldn't help but feel a little disappointed. They had come to ask Rob to play baseball with them, but now he was just going to practice at home by himself. Rob," said one of the animals, "we were wondering if you wanted to play baseball with us today." "Oh, sorry," said Rob. "I didn't realize you were here to invite me to play." "Of course I'd love to play with you guys. Let's go." The animals and Rob went to the baseball field. It was a beautiful day, and the sun was shining. The animals were happy to be playing baseball. They had missed Rob, and he was an important member of their team. As the game began, Rob took his position on the field. He was fielding a ground ball when suddenly he felt a sharp pain in his leg. He fell to the ground, and the other animals rushed to his side. "What happened?" asked one of the animals. "I think I twisted my leg," said Rob, tears in his eyes. "I can't play anymore." The animals were sad. They knew that without Rob, they didn't stand a chance of winning the game. But they had to keep playing. There was no one else to take Rob's place. The game continued, and the animals tried their best, but they lost. They were disappointed, but they knew that Rob's injury was not their fault. As the animals walked back to the meadow, they saw a group of rabbits playing baseball. They stopped and watched for a moment. "Do you think Rob will be okay?" asked one of the animals. "Of course he will," said another animal. "He's just a little hurt, but he'll be back on the field in no time." As the animals continued walking, they saw a figure sitting on a nearby tree stump. It was Rob. He was watching them, and he had a big smile on his face. "Hey, Rob," called one of the animals. "How are you feeling?" "Much better," said Rob. "I just needed a little rest." "I'm not hurt at all." The animals were relieved to hear that Rob was okay. They were also happy to see that he was still smiling. "We missed you today," said one of the animals. "You're an important member of our team." "Thanks," said Rob. "I missed playing with you guys too." From that day on, the animals made sure to take care of Rob. They knew that he was a valuable member of their team, and they didn't want anything bad to happen to him. They played baseball together every day, and they always invited him to their houses for dinner. Rob was very grateful for his friends. He knew that he could always count on them, and he was so happy to be part of such a great group of animals. Rob is happy living in their little meadow. Rob has many fun adventures because he has good friends. Together, they formed a close-knit community and took care of each other. They celebrated each other's successes and supported each other through tough times. As the sun began to set, the animals headed back to their homes. They said their goodbyes and promised to meet back at the baseball field the next day. As Rob walked home, he couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. He looked around, but there was no one there. He shrugged off the feeling and continued walking. When he got home, he noticed that his door was slightly ajar. He pushed it open and stepped inside. "Hello?" He called out. There was no reply. "Weird," he muttered. As he explored his house, he noticed that some of his things were out of place. He didn't think much of it and went to his bedroom to change into his pajamas. As he was getting ready for bed, he heard a noise in the kitchen. He froze and listened intently. He heard it again, footsteps in the kitchen. "Who's there?" he called out. He didn't get an answer, but he knew he couldn't stay in his bedroom forever. He had to confront whatever was in his house. Taking a deep breath, was leaning against his wall and slowly made his way to the kitchen. He peeked around the corner and saw a pair of feet. "Hello?" He called out again, his voice trembling. The feet started moving. Rob gasped. He didn't hit anything, but he didn't have to. The noise made whatever was in the kitchen run away. He cautiously approached the spot where the feet had been and picked up a baseball cap that had fallen on the floor. It was a human baseball cap. How did this get in my house? He wondered. Suddenly, he heard a crash from the living room. He froze and the baseball cap fell from his hands. "Who's there?" He called out, his voice echoing in the silence. There was no reply, but he knew he couldn't hide forever. He had to find out what was going on. Taking another deep breath and slowly made his way to the living room. He peered around the corner and saw a figure rummaging through his things. "Who are you?" Rob called out, his voice shaking. The figure froze and turned around. Rob the rabbit gasped. A young human boy with messy brown hair and curious eyes. "Who are you?" Rob asked again, his voice still shaking. The boy looked at Rob and smiled. "I'm Joe," he said. "And you are?" "Hello, I'm Rob. I was exploring the woods and I stumbled upon your house." "I didn't mean to intrude," he said, his voice apologetic. "It's okay," feeling a wave of sympathy for the lonely boy. "I'm sure you must be tired and hungry. Come inside and let me make you some dinner." The boy's face lit up with gratitude. "Thank you," he said. Rob's mom came into the kitchen. "Hello, Rob. Who's your friend?" "He is Joe." "A new friend. I'm making a sandwich for dinner." Rob's mom smiled. "I had a great time tonight," he said. "Thank you for being so kind to me." "It was my pleasure," Rob replied. "Come back again soon." The boy nodded and disappeared into the forest. Rob stood at the door watching him go. As the days passed, the boy became a regular visitor at Rob's house. They would spend hours talking, playing baseball, and just enjoying each other's company. One day, Rob noticed that the boy seemed down. He was quiet and withdrawn, and he didn't seem to want to play baseball. "What's wrong, Joe?" Rob the rabbit asked, using the boy's human name. The boy looked up and sighed. "I miss my family," he said quietly. "I wish I could see them again." "I'm sorry," he said. "I wish I could help." The boy smiled sadly. "It's okay," he said. "Why don't you stay here with me?" He asked. "You can stay as long as you want." "Really?" He asked. "You'd let me live with you?" "Of course," he replied. "My mom will agree." The boy's face lit up with joy. "Thank you," he said. "That would be great." And so the boy moved in with Rob. They spent their days playing baseball and exploring the meadow. Rob and Joe are good friends and have fun together every day. See you soon. Rob and his fun adventures are coming back soon. If you liked Rob's adventure, subscribe to the channel, share the video so other kids can enjoy it, and give it a like. Thank you very much for watching.